Yeah. Yeah. Conversation and simple flipping. That's the movement. Hit the like, subscribe, check it. Yeah, for the next minutes of live TV, you stop with me. Got no limits, I'm that vivid, I'm just kidding. Yeah, what's up, kings and queens? We're back again, and this is going to be a brief one. Please, before we commence, please subscribe, like, comment, and share this video. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so that when we drop more content like this, you'll be the first to know. Now, let's get quickly into it. You know, before I did this video, I had thought to myself, I'm going to do a segment on our journalism. But before I could do it, when I watched YouTube today, Atlantis was already on it. Atlantis Dumakute, he was already on it. You know, the clan leader. Yeah, he was already on it. And I had already made notes on it to talk about this Linda Munisi and how he reports the case. Let's look at it. You see, how can Linda Munisi report that Ntanzi was denying a lawyer that was acting in his best interest? But at the same time, he doesn't report that Swanepoel came and testified about the OB records. And in his evidence in chief, he mentioned that there are columns that are reserved to log visits from family members or from legal representatives of the accused. There's a column there that allows the police to record those visits. But when Mgomozuli put it to him, trying to ascertain which records are there to show that Giaco came to visit Ntanzi. He said something like the books, those visits are recorded in a certain book somewhere else in a separate book. But now, he forgot that the first time he said that there's a column in the OB record that he's reading which talks about visitors, the family, and the legal rep. So, like, I now get it why people are flocking to YouTube channels to get their latest updates and to get news that are undiluted. Is this what our journalism came to? But we don't know. Maybe they are protecting their funds or whatever from government, because I know somehow they are getting funds from government. Right. If you just listen to that guy alone and not listen to any other news source, you're going to think that Ntanzi is mad and he's a liar. He's doing all kinds of things. And he's not the only one, because I have a short where I was reporting on this guy. Who's this guy? He's always there also, from SABC, who was also mentioning the dumping site somewhere. But he was in court the whole day, when he could just note, okay, they're claiming that this dumping site is where, Orlando, or where. Like, he would just, there's a name that is being mentioned in court, but he's saying somewhere. So you can just tell that he's trying to distort the information that he's presenting. But anyway, it's fine. We the YouTubers and people who feel like we need to see the real news, will keep on giving out our pure perspective, undiluted. We may be biased, but we are giving you what's going on there in court. Yeah, we are biased because the state is bringing up this frivolous case and hoping that they could catch these guys, but the evidence doesn't comply. The evidence doesn't support what they're doing. Let's go to yesterday's proceedings. As expected, Ramosepele came through and crushed the assertion that was made by Sibanda yesterday that Ntanzi is lying when he said he didn't sleep at the Broken cells. But like to start with, that was just a stupid question because it shows that this guy doesn't really put time into constructing his questions. Because if he did take time to research this question, he would have known that this question, there was no need to ask it because that guy couldn't have slept there. When you look at the time that he was detained, or the time that they arrived at the police station, and then the time that he was booked into the next police station, there's no way that you could have posed that question. If you did your research and look into that question, you would have seen that no, there's no question here. But he did ask it, and it was like that's just like I said. Every time Sibanda comes up with something from the record, check it out. Please do check it out, because you find that they are forcing things. They're not even afraid to put wrong versions to the witness, because they know Rata won't be doing the things that he was doing when the defense was cross-examining. He said, no, I listen. He said this, I listened to the evidence. But this time, there's only at one time when he objects. He doesn't even object because he wants to. He objects, he adds onto probably what the defense is objecting to. He just adds to that, and then he never brings up his own objections. I've never seen that. It's rare. He does, but it's very rare. Mjiako lied to Ntanzi about being sent by his family. When Ntanzi requested to see the numbers of one of his family members, or to see the message that was coming from one of his family members, or just to make sure that, okay, you are really called by my family, show me something. The messages and the numbers were not forthcoming. And then now Sibanda is claiming that Ntanzi was given a letter by, it doesn't matter which letter. Did you present that letter? The letter that's coming from, that letter is not meant for Ntanzi, because if it's coming from the lawyers associations, if it's coming from there, how can it be of Ntanzi? Because now from Ntanzi, you are looking for a letter that says, I heard you, right? You are my lawyer. No letter like that. That letter, it is not meant for Ntanzi. If Mujeko want to really come through and tell us what was going on during those days, he should just come through. Stop sending letters confirming he was a lawyer. We don't care about that. What we care about is him coming here to testify, so that we can hear what brought him to Ntanzi's side. And then how much was he paid? Who hired him? Who first told him that Ntanzi was there? Because Ntanzi is saying, I asked that guy, who told you I was here? How did you know I was arrested? Because my family doesn't know that I was arrested. Yo, now here's another one. When Ntanzi said there was one white lady, like when Sibanda was questioning him, there was one white lady. When he said that, I was like, I was trembling. But then he did clarify it in a later answer. He said that lady was sitting at the door. You could see him from outside. I was like, oh yes. But the look of disappointment on Sibanda's face, priceless. It was priceless. There's nothing that you could have enjoyed more than watching that guy's face after that question, after he realized this guy didn't take the bait. And he also made my day when he said, if Mjiako was a real lawyer, then I would have gotten the clothes and I've gotten the toiletries and the call to my family that I was requesting from that lady, that magistrate lady. But they didn't get them, meaning this guy was just there for his own interest, or he was sent there by someone to cover for something. Now, do you remember when the AVL report was being proposed to be presented in court? And then eventually when Rota agreed that they can use it, Balwe was cagey with giving out all the reports that he had, the dates. Initially, he wanted to just give them the 19th. And then Rata said, no, what's the problem? Just give him everything. In fact, just give him everything. Or give him from the date that he wants, the 19th, and from the 16th until, because Ngomezulu was saying, my version starts from the 16th. Now I see why Balwe was cagey with handing out all the AVL reports. Because it eventually, the AVL report for the 25th, the day that Ntanzi claims he was beaten from when he was coming from Bosbeck and taken to Moot police station, I see why that date was not included, because it was going to corroborate, it was going to show those stops that he did Mohani with Ntanzi from Boxback. Now I see why. If the records were there, there was going to be another stop that Ntanzi claimed from Boxback. But now it was not represented. Hence, they are trying to stick on this point, trying to make it it's one of the most valuable points they could have, that Ntanzi was not beating it. What is now using to deny it is say Gininda denied being there. Mohane said we just took him straight to the police station. How can we believe these guys when the first time Mohane testified, he denied ever making a stop, The second time, when the AVL was there, he was confessing, he was presenting the AVL as if he knew this thing, as if he did say that he was honest about it from the first go. Yeah, I see why now Balwe was cagey with the AVL reports. They were gonna rat him out just like they ratted him out on those stops of Ring Road, those stops of Albertine, Albemarle, the engine stop. They were gonna rat him out. Now let's complete this. Sibanda's questions are not bright, just repetitive. I don't see them helping the state to win this trial within trial. I don't see him proving that Ntanzi made the confessions willingly. Almost they don't bring us closer to that conclusion. What he's doing is just go to this question. He realizes this guy is not taking bait. He leaves that area. He comes to this question. Ntanzi is not taking the bait. He leaves it. He goes back to that one. That guy is not taking the. It's not taking the fall. This guy is not breaking. He goes back to the. But at the same time, the guy is sitting still when this guy is doing his repetitive questions, which are baseless. This is almost badgering a witness. And one thing I realized about this guy, he doesn't ever take an objection. Every time somebody objects, he says, the guy can answer or he cannot comment not to answer. It shows me another side of him. It's like he's not ready to take defeat, even when he is wrong. But it's fine. Let's go on and see what's going to be the outcome of this trial within trial. Peace.